Okay guys, here I'm gonna tell you how to make a Minecraft profile. Now it's kind of old now. It's not really anything that really anyone messes with much anymore. But it was in the new launcher, and a lot of people don't know how to do this. And so the main thing you'll be learning today is how to set up a profile and what kind of profile you might want to use. Now these profiles can be quite finicky, especially when you're trying to use like modded clients or anything. Um, they can be quite annoying to play with, but I'll teach you how to use them, and once this loads up, I'll show you how to do it. I'm on my laptop, so it's a little slow right now. Alright, now here's your profiles section here. It's just this little teeny section, and they're different for whoever's logged in, so if you have multiple logins, you have to set them up for each person. In mine, I have latest version and latest snapshot. Let me go ahead and show you latest version first. This is what you're usually set up with, minus that. Latest version, and basically tells you to use latest version. Let's just go through all the controls here. You can change the name of the profile, so you can change it to whatever you want. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Game directory. This is interesting. You can tell it to save your stuff other than your .minecraft folder, which is if you go here, percent app data percent. So that loads up. Again, on my laptop, it's lagging to crap. My Minecraft folder. So as you can see here, I don't have any saves folder or any of that or anything. It's because I prefer to keep it in my OneDrive. It's right in here. And as you can see, here is everything else. And this is, believe it or not, all the way back from alpha days. This is all my worlds and everything back in alpha. It was quite interesting. I've been playing with it a lot. Yeah, the stitched items is because I have really old texture packs, like crazy old. But enough of that. Teaching you how to use profiles here. Your resolution, you shouldn't need to change this because it's just basically the size of the screen. It's not really the resolution. That's kind of it. Yeah. Automatically ask Mojang for assistance in fixing crashes. Now, I've never had to deal with this, but on another computer I did, and basically what it does is it saves a log file of the crash and then tells you like what happened during the crash. It also includes a link on the page. Instead of showing just the raw output of the file, it gives you a link to the error. If you are basically on a computer that doesn't have internet connection, you can uncheck that so that you can know what happened. Launcher visibility, this is what this is. You may have noticed that it opens this, and then it closes this and opens the game, and the game has a different icon. You can choose to keep the launcher open in the background, which takes up more CPU. You can close the launcher when the game starts, which is what it does usually, and then hide the launcher and reopen it when the game closes. Now this is helpful if you're closing the game a lot, switching between profiles, and because some servers only support certain Minecraft versions and that, and it's very helpful. Oh well, no, keep current color scheme. Thank you. Yeah, as you can see, it's lagging pretty hard because I decided to try out a new screen recorder, and I'm not going to brag about it because it's pirated and it's also advertising. So version selection. These are really interesting. You can choose snapshots. It's going to give you a warning. It's alright. So snapshots, with this new versioning system, you don't have to go and download snapshots anymore. They're right here. You can tell it to use the latest version, which is using the latest snapshot, or you can actually choose a snapshot you want to look at. Same goes for the releases. You can choose whatever release you want, and you can play it as that. I just keep the latest version because I like to keep a latest version and a latest snapshot. If you're feeling nostalgic, you want to go back to beta days. Oh, I remember all these. These were so fun. I started around, well, I'm not beta. I started in alpha. I started way right, where is it? there. I started right there with alpha. That was probably the best gameplay I've ever had. As you can see, it goes just release 1.0. You can actually try out the original 1.0 release. Just keep it at latest version unless you have a preference of one that you actually want to play, or if you want to play snapshots. The executable, this you really don't have to mess with. If you have Java installed, it's already preset up everything. But if you have Java installed in a different directory, like let's say you have Java installed on a flash drive instead of on the computer because the computer doesn't have Java installed, you would use that. You would use that and specify your flash drive and then the directory the way to Java. These arguments are good because this is what it sets as default. 1 gig of RAM is dedicated to this. Now, this you can change to, let's say, 50 meg. But then the game is going to lag pretty hard because it doesn't have enough memory space. It'll also, you can lower it maybe to 500 megs, and that'll help free up a lot of RAM if your computer's low on RAM. But most people nowadays, because they have newer computers, don't even have to worry about Java arguments unless they want to specify more RAM, like 4 gigs, right? And usually Minecraft runs just fine on 1 gig, so you don't have to worry about that. So we'll save this profile. That's the latest version. Now, if you want to use something like a notice release, which I currently don't have actually, you would check all of these because it's not going to know which one, right? You're going to check all of these, and it'll actually show up as the name of the notice. And mods and other people will show you how to set up the jar files in the background, in the Minecraft folder, so that they work with this setup. But that's all you need to know about making that kind of profile. Now, these are really nice because, like, let's say I'm tired of the latest version and I want to try out like an old, let's just go alpha 1.2.1. Now, you would go here, allow the use of old alpha, yes. You go all the way down to here, old alpha 1.2.1, and you click save profile. And you click play. Now it'll download the Java files that it needs, including older versions of LWGL if that's all that jar file supports, and it'll prepare all the files and everything, and you can actually load new worlds in the old versions, but it really messes up the game, so you don't want to do that. You always want to, when you're trying out a new version, create a new world for it. You don't want to open any new worlds or old worlds or anything because it might screw it up. Currently it is lagging a little bit. Just wait for it. And right now it's just setting up all the background stuff. Let's see, go dev console. Yeah, it's the virtual assets and everything. It's taking the assets that are already installed and creating symlinks to them for the old version. Because right now I have newer sound files that the old version doesn't know about. In fact, I don't even believe Alpha had sound for a while. So. But it'll set up the virtual assets and once it's done. But these were just all the downloads there. You'll see, and there we go. So let it load up. Oh, and if you happen to like and realize that it's Windows 7 running absolutely clear background frames and everything and squared off, it's because I use the Windows 8 transformation pack. Just search that. It's pretty cool. And as you can see, it's the old Minecraft style, and you go single player, and you choose a random world, and choose an empty slot, and you wait for it to build up the terrain, because it's a small world, and small world after all, but this is actually really nice because I can go and play old versions and they don't lag my computer at all because it's just the hardware is so much better nowadays. And we're back in old alpha, and this is so nostalgic for me because like it looks, and then you go and you punch your trees. But so that's the cool things about profiles. You can choose versions to use. Most of it is just having fun playing with the game, enjoying yourself. mean, like, look at all, like, barely the limit frame rate, and that's all you get. Like, you get the far render distance, and then the fog comes in, and then they had so much trouble with the fog and all that. I love it. Alright, well, let's just finish that. So that's really all you need to know about profiles. I don't know if this will load back up for us. I don't know. But the profiles are just a nice way to, feel nostalgic and go back or go forward even if you need to. I mean, the snapshots are really cool too, and I'll probably do a snapshot video later. But I just wanted to show you guys how to make these profiles and how to do it properly, because there were lots of people that were confused on how to play older versions of Minecraft, and they were downloading the old jars from untrustable sources, which could install viruses. And as they were installing those jars, I was facepalming the whole time, because I'm like, you can go in and you can create a profile, and you can download an older version from the launcher if you have a legit account, and they just weren't getting it. So this is just for you all to understand, have fun, feel nostalgic, and see all the new snapshots. Hope you guys enjoyed.